Hello everyone, good morning. Can anyone confirm audible or not? Can you hear me? So today's our discussion is about OOPS concepts. Okay, just we are going to discuss class, object, inheritance, overloading, overriding, abstraction, and encapsulation. At the same time, these practicals, okay, we are going to do by using Java, by using Python, by using JavaScript also. So here the thing is, OOPS concepts are like definitions wise common for any programming language. If you understand the concept, if you understand, okay, that particular definition, you can write that, okay, you can implement those concepts in any programming language. It's not a matter. It's a matter of, okay, syntactical changes you have to do. That's it. Okay, let's start. The first one is like, okay, our agenda, if you observe, just we are going to discuss like class object, inheritance, polymorphism, overloading and overriding come under polymorphism. The next one is like encapsulation, abstraction. Okay, if you have any questions, okay, we can discuss later at the end of the session. Okay, now tell me what is class in general? Okay, you joined for multiple technologies. Okay, you learn multiple technologies, right? You know, okay, so many people are like joined for Java sessions and Python sessions. Now tell me what is class? Okay, simple definition. Most of the times we are going to tell like class is a collection of variables and methods. But okay, uh, one scenario just you can explain. Okay, this is the class and this is an object like that. Very simple. For example, if you want to construct one house, okay, just you are thinking like just I want to construct one house. If you want to construct one house, first what you plan? First of all, you are going to think like the place you decide and everything. There my house should looks like this, like this. You are going to create one blueprint or not? My house should has two bedrooms, okay, one hall, okay, my house color should be like this, okay, my doors are like this. You are going to create one blueprint or not? Yes or no? You are going to create one blueprint. It's a kind of plan, it's a kind of thought. Okay, now you can say the thought is a class. Okay, simply you can say like a that particular blueprint, whatever you have the plan, that plan is nothing but a class. That's it. For example, if you want to purchase one vehicle, okay, bus only can say, okay, my bus should looks like this, okay, front wheels, back wheels, and the seating and everything. That is my bus blueprint. That particular blueprint you can say like a class. Now come to the house only. My I have the house structure, house plan I have. Tell me when I can use my bedrooms, when I can, okay, use my kitchen all, when I can use, whenever that house construction is completed, okay, then only those are ready to use or not. So you have a plan, you can say like a class. Simply you have a blueprint of my house which is going to construct, that is nothing but a class. Whenever that plan implemented, whenever that blueprint, okay, whatever my house blueprint is there, based on that one, if you construct your house, now the house is physically available or not. Now I can say that particular house is like a object. That particular house I can say like a object. Understood? You have a plan. Simply you can create like a class in our programming language. Okay, you have a plan, you have a thought, it is nothing but a class. Whenever you implemented a thought, whenever that is physically available, then you can say that is like a an object or not. Now if you observe, okay, class is a collection of variables and methods. That's okay, fine. That is like a normal definition only. But scenario is, if you observe, okay, what is my class? It's a plan, it's a blueprint for my house, for example. When that blueprint, whenever that blueprint you implemented, whenever you build a house, based on that blueprint, my house is available or not. My house is available physically or not. Whenever my house is available physically, that house I can say like what? An object or not. Understood? Now, see, house contains what? Okay, every house, if you see your house and neighbor house, okay, if you see, okay, some of the features are like common, right? Each and every house, at least one room. Okay, my house door should be there. My house has some color or not. Okay, there has some common features you have or not. These are called as a attributes, I can say. Now tell me, if you have doors, my doors functionality is what? Open the doors, closing the doors. That is like an actions or not? How these attributes are like behaving? My doors are there, just it is going to open and close. I have lights also. Those are like switch on and off the lights or not. So once my class is available, my class contains, I have a class. My class contains what? Okay, we have some attributes. Okay, in my plan itself I included like two rooms. Okay, each and every room has doors, and my house color this one. Like this we are going to add some attributes or not, some features we are going to add. Whenever you added attributes, the behavior of attributes is what? Okay, rooms, okay, I can use it. Doors, I can open it. Okay, I can switch on the lights, right? So here these features are there now. Okay, the futures we can say like a variables. The futures, how it is going to behave, okay, what kind of action it is going to perform, those are we can say like a methods. Yes or no? Now tell me, here each and every house, okay, you have house and rooms. My neighbor also having, okay, house and rooms, but you may have one room, my neighbor has three rooms maybe or not. Okay, that means these attributes and their behavior may be different or not. Attributes like room only, but the values are like different or not. My house rooms like two, my neighbor house rooms like three. Rooms are like common, my attributes are like common, but attributes values are different or not. Yes or no? My doors manually can open, that is an action. Okay, automatically the doors are going to open. Possibility there or not there, both are like actions only. Open the door. Okay, in my house it's like manual open, their sensor system is there. Got my point? So the attributes values are like different, and their behavior also may be different, one house to another house or not. Got my point, all or? So finally, my class, whenever you implement it, just you can think like it's a plan, it's a thought, that's it. It is not ready to use. Whenever that is implemented, whenever that is physically available, then you can say like it is like an object. My class contains what? Attributes. Okay, if it is like a blueprint of my house, what kind of attributes you have? Rooms, so doors, so color, what? That attributes behavior is what? Is nothing but action. We can say like a attributes, we can say like a variables, and the behavior, how it is going to behave, what kind of action it is going to perform, those are like methods, we can say. The attributes values are like what? Different from one house to another house or not. One house to another house, it's like vary or not. So what you can say, okay, class is nothing but it's a blueprint. Okay, it's a plan. Class is contains what? Variables and methods, attributes and their behavior and their actions. So what is an object? The physical representation of your blueprint or not, your class or not, is nothing but an object. So simply you can say, okay, one scenario if you take, my class is what? Your house plan. It's a blueprint. What is an object? Whenever that house is available physically, that is like whenever the house is available physically ready to use, actual house, we can say like what? Object or not. Yes or no? Variables is nothing but your attributes. Methods is nothing but your actions or not. So finally, my class contains variables and methods. Whenever you want to use, then the time you have to create an object, and then you can use or call the variables and methods or not. Agreed, everyone? What is class and what is an object? simply. Okay, let's go then. Now, how we can implement? I want to implement, okay, programmatically. In Java, I want to implement. Okay, in Python, I want to implement. Okay, in JavaScript also, I want to implement. Now, see, the definition is common for any programming language, not only Java, .NET, PHP, .NET, anywhere. Class is a collection of variables and methods. Class is a plan. It's a blueprint. That's it. What is an object? Whenever the class is like the blueprint, whatever you have that is implemented, that is physically available, we can say like an object. These all definitions are common for any programming language. Let's go with the, okay, practicals. Now, if you take like Java, okay, let me open our editor. Let's go with JavaScript here. Okay, the next one is like Python or Java. The next one is like Python here. Okay, first one is like you can take like a JavaScript only. In JavaScript, if you want to create a class syntactically, how many ways we can create a class? Two ways we can create. One is like functional classes over there. Another one is like using class keyword also we can create the class. Now, just you can go with the class keyword only. So how we can create a class? Very simple. We have one keyword is there, class only. In JavaScript, we have a keyword called as a class. What is your class name? Just you can write like a house is my class name. Done. My class contains what? In your plan, what you have? In my plan, I have some rooms. Okay, the next one is like I have a color. The next one is like I have a doors, like this. Yes or no? So how many rooms you have? Okay, I'm expecting like 3 rooms, for example. The next one is like my color is what? Okay, the next one is like, okay, my doors is like 2 doors, like this simply. Okay, this is my plan. This is my plan. Now, the next one is like rooms, what we can do? We can use it. Color. Okay, what kind of color? Okay, just my house color is like red color. That is like, okay, I want to tell something about my house. Then the time we have to tell, okay, my house color is like green or something like this or not. What about my doors? There has 2 doors or there, what kind of action it is going to perform? Open the door and closing the door or not? Yes or no? Here, these attributes are there na, these variables are there na, perform some operations on the variables. So here you can write like a get to total, okay, rooms. For example, if I write like this, get total rooms, how many rooms are there? The next one is like another one, get my house color, okay, written, or you can print or written whatever it is, okay, written my color. See, these actions completely depending upon your values. Which values? Attribute values or not? I have 3 attributes, 3 variables are there. I'm going to perform some actions on my variables only or not. So this is what now? This is like a class. Okay, this is like a class. My class is like kind of blueprint. It's a plan. In my plan, I have 3 rooms. So my house color is like green and my doors there. Okay, total rooms, how many are there? Okay, yeah, I want to tell something about the rooms. Okay, I want to tell something about the colors like this. Okay, this one, okay, vary from, okay, any what kind of action you want to perform on the rooms, what kind of action you can perform with doors, you can do it. You can do it. Okay, now I have a class means I have simply a plan. Now, what you can do with this class? What you can do with this class? Nothing,
Create
right?
an object.
You have to create an object or not. Physically, that should be available or not. So in JavaScript, if you want to physically, okay, if you want to create an object, simply we have a new keyword is there. Okay, just you can write like this. I want to create an object for which class? House glass or not. Whenever you create an object, okay, whenever you create an object, now my house is physically available or not? My house is physically available. Once my house is physically available, I can come to know how many rooms are there, how many, come on, what is my house color, and everything I can come to know or not. So how we can, my obj dot get total rooms. See, if you want to access the members of a class, okay, how we can access the members of a class? By using dot notation, using an object. Now it gives me some rooms list or not. So you can hold your rooms like this, your rooms list, you can hold it. Now if you want to print, you can print those rooms or not. You can print those rooms. Now how many rooms are available? How many rooms are available? Come on, how many rooms are available? Total, how many rooms are available? Come
Three
on.
rooms.
Three.
Okay, now you should have to get like answer like 3, right? You can get like answer like 3 or not. Yes or no? So this is the syntax, simple. Class is a keyword and class name. How many variables? Yes. How many methods you written? Methods which are performing some actions, some operations on the variables only, variable values only, most of the times. How many variables are there? 3. How many methods? You can write any number of methods. You can write any number of variables. It is not a matter for me. Once my class is available, you have to do what? You have to create an object or not. Now my house is physically available. Whenever my house is physically available, can you get the rooms count? Yes or no? My total rooms are like 3 or not. Agreed? This is the way one simple class you can create in JavaScript, and you can create an object to this particular class by using new operator, and you can access the members of a class or not. Done? Yes or no? Now come to Java. See, simple. Now you can create a class in Java. How you can create a class? Come on. Class. What's my class name? How is my class name? Up to your same or not? House is my class name. The next one is what? You have to create the variables and you have to create the methods or not. How many variables are there?
Three variables.
Or there 3 variables or not? Okay, to this particular variables in JavaScript, there is no type. JavaScript is not like a type strict. JavaScript is not like a type strict. Okay, so here you not mentioned any type syntactically, but here if you type and a variable name and a variable value. So what is the data type? Okay, rooms. I have 3 rooms. My data type for my 3 number is what? Integer or not. The next one, string, my color equals to green or something. The next one, my int. Okay, the next one is what? Doors, right? Doors equals to 2. Done. See the difference. Here also class name. Okay, here also class name. Whenever you create a variable in JavaScript, variables, see this, room equals to 3, color and a door, no type, nothing syntactically. Okay, no type, nothing is required. At the same time, in JavaScript there is no type for the variables, but if you come to Java, you have the type for the variables or not. Yes or no? Okay, now if you want to create a method, how we created a method? What is my method name? What is my method name? Come on, get
Rooms.
so, and this is the method name or not. But in Java, okay, if you want to create a method, syntax is what you know, the access modifier is required, public. Okay, small changes. If you return some value, what it is going to return? It's a type strict, right? Number of rooms you are returning, so that int get the total rooms or not. Done. Now here also one more method, right? So how we can public this time
Public string.
color.
String.
Color is a string type or not. So get a house color or not. Done. My class is ready or not? Okay, there here my class is a collection of what? Variables and methods only, but the syntax there something like this. Okay, in Java something like this or not. Okay, the next one is like what? Once my class is available, it's a kind of blueprint. There is no use of that one. It's a plan. When you can, whenever you implemented the plan, then only, right, it is ready to use. So if you want this house physically, you have to create an object or not. So can I create an object? Okay, in JavaScript directly created here. In Java you have to follow some syntactical rules. So how we can create an object? By using, come on, by using new operator only. But in JavaScript there is no type, but in Java we have a type. That the reason the type of the house object is what? House only. Got my point? Now tell me here, now tell me here, you have to call the variables or methods. So obj dot get total rooms. What it is going to return? Come on, number of rooms it is going to return or not? Tell me. In Java we have a type, right? My rooms type is like what? Integer. And finally I want to print it. If you want to print some value in Java, system.out.println, you can use it. Just you can print the rooms. Now whenever you run this, what you're expecting? The output should be like what? My output should be like 3, but there has a syntax error is there. That's okay. Now can you run it? Yes or no? Got my point? What is the difference between this syntax and this syntax? Okay, small changes only. But the thing is, in this class also we have the variables and methods, and you create an object and you can call the methods, right? Okay, here also you did like what? Same stuff only, or yes or no? Okay, now come to the Python one. Okay, how you can create a class in Python? Here also definition nothing. Here definition is like class is a collection of variables and methods. If you want to access the members of a class, you have to create an object for that particular class or not. You have to create an object for that particular class. If you want to create a class in Python, here also very simple. Class, what is my class name? Come on, what is my class name?
House.
House, right? House. But in Java, in JavaScript, okay, you are going to open the blocks like this, right? You opened the blocks with curly braces or not. But in Python has their own syntactical rules. Those are like a colon, and you have to follow some indentation. That's it. Now instead of open and close in Python, how it looks like this. Okay, you have to follow the indentation is nothing but what, colon. And if you click on enter, now see the cursor is coming here or not. So whatever the statements you are going to write here, those statements come under this block, come under this block. Now see, if I click on enter, see this cursor is not go to this one here in this place. Okay, by default it is going to take like 4 spaces or not. Like this 4 spaces you can take. How many statements you are going to write? Those statements come under this particular block. So tell me, this is my class. Now I am in the class block. My class contains what? My class contains what? Come on, variables and
Variables and methods.
method. How many variables required? Okay, my rooms 3. Okay, here semicolon mandatory or my not mandatory means not mandatory. If you want to write, you can write it. The next one is like what? Color is like red color. The next one, my doors is like how many? 2 doors or not. Okay, na? Done. The next one is what? I have a class which contains variables. Come on, the next thing is what? My class is a collection of what? Variables and methods, right? So how we can write the method in Python? You have to define a method, right? See, we have def is the keyword. If you want to define a method in Python, just you can remember, it's not a big deal. Def is the method. What is the method name?
Get total rooms.
Get the total rooms, right? Get the total rooms. Okay, done. I already told you, wherever the curly brace is there, here the colon, and you have to follow the indentation. Now what do you want me to return? What do you want me to return? I want to return my rooms or not. Now my class ready. My class contains, see here, these all statements follow the indentation or not. To this block, this one follow the indentation, this one follow the indentation, this one and this one. Indentation is nothing but just leave the 4 spaces. Okay. Now here, this is the block and this statement follow the indentation means this statement is come under this block and these all statements are come under this block or not. Now finally, my house is ready. Now tell me what you have to do. I have a blueprint. I have a class. Class is nothing but you have a plan. Okay, what you have to do now? My class is a collection of variables and methods inside I return. If when it is ready to provide the service, whenever it is physically available or not. So how we can create an object for this particular class? How we can create an object? Very simple. Obj house. Obj house. What is the difference? In your JavaScript, you use a new operator to create an object. In Java also you used new operator to create an object. But in Python, no new operator, nothing, just you can call it. That's it. Okay, now once you create an object, with that object can I call my total rooms? Whenever any method return anything, you can hold with what? One variable or not. In Python, there is no type for the variables. So can I print those values? Can I print those values? Yes or no? Can I print those values? Now here you can get the current object. Okay, now you can use that current object. You use it like this, right? Okay, same like this. Here it's like a self. Observe here, 3 syntaxes. JavaScript, it's a class which contains variables and which contains methods. You created an object, you call the members of a class. If that particular method return anything, you can hold with one variable, you printed that variable or not. Done. This is like a simple JavaScript class. But the definition is what? Class is a collection of variables and methods. Object is a physical representation of your class. Here, you access the members of a class. Done. Come to Java. Class is a collection of variables and methods. You create an object for this particular class and you access the members. Whenever the method return any value, you hold that value and you printed that value or not. Done. If you come to the Python, you created a class, collection of variables and methods. You created an object for that particular class. And what you did here? What you did? You call that particular member, it returns me some value, you hold that value and you print it or not. Agreed?
Sir, in Python, main method is not required.
In Python, there is no main method, nothing. Okay, in Java, okay, main method is required. Why? Because whenever it is going to start the program, my JVM is looking for that particular method, so that my execution is going to start from there itself. But in Python, not like that. Whatever the code you written, okay, in the synchronous way, one by one, step by step, it's going to run.
Okay, got it.
Agreed? Any questions? This is the JavaScript class, and this is Java class, and this one is Python one. Okay, the next concept, class and object, is okay. What is the next concept? The next concept is inheritance. Okay, inheritance. Now, if you come here, say, if you observe Java, JavaScript, and Python, Java is like strongly typed, you know, yes or no? If you write like rooms, so int rooms equals to 3. If you mention the type color, okay, that means red color, string color equals to red. You mention like a strict type or not, yes or no? Strictly typed or not. So it's like a strongly typed programming language. In JavaScript, do we have any type for the variables? In JavaScript, do we have any type for the variables? See, the variable I created, but there is no type, nothing for this particular one. We have varlet constant is there, but those are not like types. Those are like tells behavior of your variables. So here also no type. But if you come to Python, do we have any type for the Python? Okay, here there is no type for the Python. See, if you observe here, did you mention any type? You not mentioned any type for the Python. Okay, to my your variables or not. The next one is like constructor. In Java, the constructor is like your class name. In JavaScript, the constructor is like your constructor only. In Python, the constructor is underscore underscore init underscore underscore. Okay, when the constructor is going to execute, it means whenever you create an object. If you want, real quickly I will show you here. If you want to create, okay, constructor, the name itself constructor only. Now you can I print console.log of, okay, my constructor called. When my constructor executed, whenever you create an object, whenever you create an object, see my constructor executed or not. Yes or no? In JavaScript, the constructor is looks like this. If you come to the Java, the constructor, how it looks like, you know, the class name and my method name is like same. Now see here, my class name is what? House. My method name is also house. So here, this one is acting like a constructor. This one is acting like a constructor. This one is acting like a constructor. Now can I run it? This one is acting like a constructor or not? In Python, the constructor, how it looks like, you know, it is a method underscore underscore init underscore underscore is the method. Okay, this one I can say like a constructor. This one I can say like a constructor. Now if you observe here, see my constructor called or not. When the constructor is going to execute, it means whenever you create an object, okay, that particular constructor is going to execute to perform initialization for your variables. It is going to allocate the memory and perform some initialization for this particular variables. Understood? The constructor. So let me paste again. Now this is the next concept is inheritance. Can anyone tell me what is inheritance? What is inheritance? For example, I have a class is there. I want to get the members from one class into another class. I have one class is there. I want to get the members from one class into another class. Okay. Now, okay, let's complete these two. Method syntax is what? Okay, void public void method name. JavaScript directly you can write the method name, but in Python, def is the keyword. After that, you can write the method name or not. Yes or no? Whenever you create an object, new operator, you can use it. Here also, JavaScript new operator, you can use it. In Python, no new operator, nothing. You can pass the data also to my parameterized constructor. Understood? Simple comparison. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to the next one is like inheritance. Okay, simple thing. I have a class, I have few members, but my class requires some more members from another class. So how it is possible? How my class can get the members from another class means that is possible through inheritance. There has multiple types are there. Single inheritance is there, multi-level inheritance is there, multiple inheritance is there. It's like frequently used. So let's go to our first JavaScript. Okay, let me write one class. Class A is there. Okay, class A is there. In this particular class, I have one variable. One method. Find sum is the method. Okay, like this. Okay, here I'm going to write like console.log of this dot n1 plus this dot n2. This dot n2. Okay, now I have a class. If you want to access the members of a class, what you have to create? You have to create an object or not. So can I create an object for this particular class? Yes. Now, if I call my find sum, what is my answer? What is my answer? You can get like a
N2 is
not
not
a number.
45.
You can get like a not a number. Why? Because my object, my class object is not having n2 variable or not. So you can get like an expected output, like not a number. Now, for example, think I have one more class B. Inside this class, I have the variable called as n to 20. Now tell me, if my class A want to give the proper output instead of NaN, it required N2 variable or not? But that N2 variable inside where? But that N2 variable inside where?
B class.
In the B class or not? Now my question is, how my A class get that member from B class?
Through inheritance.
Yeah, how
Using
that
float
A
type.
class get the member from B class? Okay, get the properties, get the variables, get the methods from one class into another class. That is possible through inheritance or not. So how we can implement the inheritance in JavaScript means, if it is like a class keyword class, we can implement using prototype using extends keyword. So you can go with the extends keyword in this case. So how we can go, okay, I want to extend the members from one class into another class, my B class into A class. Now, if you come here, you can get the expected output 30 or not. Observe here. Got my point? Now tell me, here, how many classes are there? There has two classes are there. My A class get the members from which class? A class get the members from which class? B class or not? A class get the members from B class or not? So here I can say my A is like what? I can say my A is like a parent class, or my, okay, sorry, my A is A get the members, right? So my A is like a child class. Okay, the next one is like subclass or derived class. Derived class terminology was any name you can use it, but here my B, what you can say, B is giving the members. My B is like a parent class. Next, super class. The next, base class also you can say. So this is the way one class members we can inherit it into another class. There is multiple ways: single inheritance, multi-level, multiple. That is not the case here. Just I want to show you in JavaScript, Java, and Python. Okay, up to here. Okay, very simple, right? A class get the members from which class? B class through inheritance. In JavaScript, which keyword is there? Extends. Another one is like prototype also there. Prototype is not the case here. Okay, that is separate discussion. Leave it. Now, A class members. Okay, A class get the members from B class. By using which keyword you can use? Extends is the keyword. Done. Whenever you create an object for the A class, find some this n2 available into my A. So my this dot n1 is my own variable, and my this dot n2 my inherited variable. Finally, I get the output is like 30 or not. Okay, now same one I want to implement in my Java. Okay, same thing I want to implement in Java. Tell me how we can. How many classes are there? How many classes are there?
Two classes.
Two classes are there. One is like class A, another one is like what? Class B. There has two classes are there. My A is extends from which class? B class. See, up to here syntactically both are same or not? See, my JavaScript and my Java both are like same or not?
Yes.
Okay, my A has how many variables and how many methods? One variable, int n1 equals to 10. The difference is what? Java is like a strongly typed programming language. Type strict or not? So what is the type for the variable? Integer. So that integer I added. In Java, semicolon is mandatory or not? So I added like semicolon. That's it. The next one is what? One method is required. What is the method? Okay, public void find summa is the method. Okay, here the syntax is like this, but in JavaScript the syntax is like what? Simply find sum. There is no access modifiers, there is no return type. Because type is not there, then the time from where the return type is going to come. So here the syntax is this one, here the syntax is this one. Okay, next. Here what do you want me to do? Here what do you want me to do? System dot out dot println out dot println. Okay, here also directly can access by using an object. See, class members I can access using an object. In the class itself, current class object, how we can represent, by using this. In Java, current class object we can represent using this. In JavaScript also, current class object is nothing but current class is what? A class object we can represent using what? My this keyword or not? Okay, na? Now if you run this one, n2 value there or not there? Not there. So my n2 is where? In my, come on, in my B class or not. So my n1 is inside my A. Through inheritance, my A get n2 from my B. So finally you can get the output, proper output or not. Yes or no? So tell me, what is the next thing? I have to create an object for which class? If you write any number of classes, no use. You have to create an object, then only, right? You can access the members. So how we can create an object for my A class? A obj equals to new A.
Yeah.
So here the type of your variable, which type?
Oh.
Object type, A class object. So that my type is what? A. Here I want to call which method? Obj dot find sum is the method or not. Now if you run this, now your expected output should be 30 or not. Yes or no? Got my point? Get the one class members into another class. That is, see, the definition never change. One class members, if you want to get one class members into another class, okay, that is possible through inheritance or not. So in JavaScript, that is only the definition. In Java, that is only the definition. In .NET, that is only the definition. In Python also, that is only the definition. But the slight change is what? Whenever you implement, each and every programming language has their own syntax. You need to follow that one or not. Yes or no? Okay, let's go to Python. Okay, let's go then. What do you have to do? How many classes are required? I have a class A. Okay, see, Python, I already told you. Okay, what? The body, not curly braces, semicolon. Colon, not semicolon. And whatever the class members should follow the indentation. Now tell me, A class has how many variables, how many methods? A class has how many variables, how many methods?
One variable and one method.
One method or not? How we can define a method? Def is the keyword. Find sum. Okay, current class object here, the current class object directly, they only give to us, you can use it. But in Python, okay, in Java and JavaScript, predefined variable is there. This in Python, okay, self. In Java and JavaScript, this is equals to self in Python. Okay, na? Now here, print my self dot n1 plus self dot n2 or not. Okay, na? Now if you run this one, you are getting like unexpected output. So what you have to do? My A requires n2 or not. Now the n2 is inside one more class. What is my class? Come on, what is my class? B or not. So now what you have to do? My A has to get this member from my B class or not. Yes or no? That is possible through? That is possible through?
Inheritance.
Inheritance, right? So in Python, how we can inherit this member? There is no extends keyword, nothing. Very simple. Put the bracket and keep your class. That's it. It means my A inherited from which class? B class. Okay, now what do you have to do? The next step, I don't want to follow the indentation. Okay, my class closed there. I have to create an object for which class? A class or not. Okay, now what do you have to do? Next one, obj dot find sum. Okay, obj dot find sum. Now the expected output is like what? 30 or not. In Python, the semicolons are mandatory or optional? The semicolons are optional, but in Java, mandatory. In JavaScript, optional. Then simple inheritance syntax. See, any programming language, the definition is common. Get the members from one class into another class. Then you can go with inheritance. Single, multi-level, multiple, different types of inheritances are there. That's okay. Okay or not up to here?
Yes.
Okay. Okay then. The next one is polymorphism. What is polymorphism? See, one name is behaving like multiple types, okay, multiple ways, okay, only one name, okay, the meaning may be different. In my context, if I think it is going to give one kind of meaning, in other context, if they think, then the time maybe another meaning. See, same name with the different forms. Okay, this one frequently This statement they are going to use. See, a boy starts love, okay, with the word of what? Friendship, right? Usually. But the girl ends with the love, the same word friendship or not. Here, the friendship is like common, right? The word is like same, but the attitude is like different or not. Yes or no? Okay, here the friendship is like same or not. Okay, it is going to behave like what? The same, the attitudes are like different or not. In boys, okay, from boys side, it's like something different. Girl side, it is like something different or not. Okay, simple thing is like, if you come to this, I'm going to use like 10 plus 20. Okay, I'm going to use Sachin plus 20. What happened here? In this case, plus, here also plus is there. Here the plus behaves like what? In this context, my plus is behaving like one arithmetic operator, just it's
Arithmetic
going to find
operator.
the sum or not. But if you come to this one, my plus is acting like what? Concatenation or not. Concatenation or not. Yes or no? Okay, same form, okay, but different attitudes. Okay, same name. Here in the polymorphism, okay, which topics are come under, overloading and overriding. What is overloading and what is overriding? Okay, we'll tell. Just let me copy this stuff first. So the next one is like Java. Na? The next. Now come here. First one is like overloading. Overloading. Okay, this is like something different. Okay, overloading supports in Java, but overloading is not support in Python as well as JavaScript. Okay, first of all, what is overloading? Same name, okay, different attitudes I said, right? So here within the class, method name is same. Okay, see, the method name is same, but definition is different. Okay, method name is same, but signature is different. Not definition, sorry. Method name is same, but signature is different. Method name is same, but signature is different. Okay, here, what is this method name? I can understand the terminology. Okay, in the class, there is multiple methods are there. If the method names are like same, so that I can understand like, okay, these methods are having the same name. But what about the signature? You said like method name is same, but signature is different. What about the signature? Signature is nothing but three things come under signature. Three things come under signature. One is like number of arguments. Number of arguments. Another one is like type of arguments. Type of arguments. The next one is like order of arguments. One is like what? Number of arguments. Another one is like type of arguments. Another one is like order of arguments. Then only I can say those methods are like overloaded methods. Okay, na? So shall we write some overloaded methods? Let's start with the JavaScript. Now come here. Let's go to JavaScript. Let's refresh. Now come here. In JavaScript, JavaScript is like a functional programming language as well as object oriented. You can write the function, you can execute it. You can write the class, you can execute it. Okay, single normal functions also it is going to execute or not. See, it's like normal function. I'm able to call, I can get the output or not. Come to the Python. If you see Python also, you can write like a function, directly you can execute the function or not. It is also functional programming as well as object oriented. But the Java is like, okay, directly functions we are not able to execute. It's like strictly object oriented only. You have to create a class, you have to put some attributes is nothing but variables and some methods. You have to create an object and you have to call those methods. Okay, so directly you can write the functions, but I want to use like a class here also. Let's go. I have a class A is there. Okay, tell me, as per our definition of overloading, what is overloading? Method. Okay, which methods you can say like a overloaded methods? Which methods you can say like a overloaded methods? Method name is the same, but come on, method name is same, but signature is different.
Signature is different.
Okay, let's go. Write one simple method. In JavaScript, how we can write the method? Like this I can write it. Yes, sir? Like this I can write it in JavaScript. Okay, na? Here, can I write console.log of, okay, first method. Okay, otherwise, best example, sum I can take it. Okay, na? Sum a comma b. Here I'm going to put like a plus, okay, na? Now I'm going to write like sum a comma b comma c. Okay, console.log of a plus b plus c, a plus b plus c, and finally I have sum a console.log of a only. Done. Observe, in this class method name is same or not? Tell me, method name is same or not? Yes. Signature is different or not? See, signature is nothing but number of arguments, okay, or, okay, no need to satisfy these three. Any one of these one satisfied, that's okay. Signature is different only. Or the next one is like type of arguments, or order of arguments. Any one of this one satisfied, that's okay. I can understand like that is like a signature is different. Now, method name is same, arguments, number of arguments, how many? First method, 2. Here, 3. Here, 1. Different or same? Different or same? Different, right? So, can I say these three methods are like overloaded methods in Java as per our definition? Okay. You can say these are like a overloaded methods only. Now tell me how we can access the members of a class in Java or JavaScript or Python, whatever. How we can access the members of a class? You have to create an object. Once you create an object, obj.sum of 10 comma 20 comma 30. If I run this one, your expected output is what in general? Your expected output is what in general? I'm calling sum. Okay, 10, 20, 30, right? So which method is going to execute among these three?
Second method.
Second method. So the 10 plus 20 plus 30 expected output is like what? 60. But that is the expected output. If it is really my overloading is working. But if you observe here, it's like what? 10. Why 10? Okay, only one reason. Okay, number of arguments I am able to differentiate. Okay, number of arguments I am able to differentiate. A, B, A, B, C, A. Now, the next one is like what? See, the next one is what? Type of arguments. Tell me, in JavaScript, do we have any type? Okay, it is like integer type, it is like a string type, it is like integer type, it is like a string type. Like this, am I able to differentiate? Now tell me.
No.
Okay, here A is like a integer, B is like a integer. Here A is like a string, B is like a string. Am I able to differentiate by seeing?
No.
Right? No, right? Okay, so why we are not able to differentiate? Because here there is no type for the variables or not. So number of arguments, okay, I can differentiate, but the type of arguments I am not able to differentiate. Order also, first integer, next string, first string, next integer. That is also we are not able to differentiate or not. So this one is satisfied, but these two are not satisfied. That's the reason. Okay, one is working, remaining two are not working means it's like meaningless. So they said like we are not considered the arguments list in JavaScript. If they are not considered the arguments list anywhere, then that time they considered only names. Here what? Sum. Again you written what? Sum only. This is sum, this is also sum. So what happened? Two variables if you write, which one get the priority? The first one override by the second one or not. So this sum override by this one, and this one is override by this one, and finally which sum is there? Sum with one argument. Now if you pass like 10, 20, 30, it is able to take how many? Only one. So that you get like answer is what? 10 only or not. Understood? 10 only or not? Why? Because in JavaScript there is no type for the variables. It is not considered the arguments list. It is going to consider only names, so that the previous one is overridden by the next one. So I'm expecting like 60, but I'm getting like 10. So it is not like working as expected. So I can say my overloading is like working or not working in JavaScript. Overloading is working or not working?
Not working.
Not working or not. Now let's come to the Java. Let's come to Java. Let's go. Now I have a, come on, I have a class A. How many methods are there? Public, void, sum. Okay, int A, int B. Yes or no? In Java, each and every variable has the type. It's strictly typed or not. Now here, system.out.println. JavaScript console.log. Java system.out.println. Python print. Okay, A plus B. Done. Like this, how many methods you have? As per your requirement, how many methods you have? A,
Three
B,
methods.
comma, into C. Here, A plus B plus C. Here, only A, na? Only A. Here, you can print like A only. Once I have an object, what you can do with that object? Once you have a class, what you can do with that class? You have to create an object or not. Can I create an object? Now, obj dot sum of 10, 20, 30. If I execute this program, now if you get the output is like 60, now it is working as expected or not? If you come to this one, if I get the output is like what? 30, now it is working as expected or not? If I remove this one, now see, okay, working as expected or not? Yes or no? Why? Because here I am able to differentiate those three conditions. Number of arguments different. I'm able to differentiate or not? Yes or no? I'm able to differentiate or not? Number of arguments. My type of arguments also I'm able to differentiate. See, if we put like integer and string B, here if I write like integer and integer, if I write like a string and a string, I'm able to differentiate or not? Here two arguments integer type, here two arguments are what? String type. I'm able to differentiate or not? But in JavaScript am I? In JavaScript am I? No, right? Yes or no? Now here integer and string, here string and integer. See, order is different or not? First into next string, but here first string next into. My order is different or not? Yes or no? So I'm able to differentiate the number of arguments. I'm able to differentiate the type of arguments. I'm able to differentiate the order of arguments. That is the reason JavaScript. Okay, in Java, overloading concept is like working as expected or not. Agreed? Come on. So in Java, overloading concept is there or not there? Working as expected or not? Not working in Java. Yes,
Working.
in Java, overloading concept is there. Okay, what about Python? Now you can directly tell. What about Python? There or not there?
Not there.
Not there, right? Why? Because here also there is no type, right? So you have a class A. Tell me, sum. What do you have? Sum. Two variables, right?
AB.
Some two variables A comma B. So can I write okay df na? See, you have to write the syntax is like what? Df sum A comma B. Print A plus B. Okay, next df sum A only. Print A only. Print A only. Now can I create an object for this particular one? Obj dot sum 10 comma 20 if I write. By default you can call by using, okay, by default Python is going to call by passing your current object. Now if I run this one, what do you think? If I run this one, okay, now see, some take two positional arguments but three were given. See, if you come here, you are getting like one expected, okay, one error message. If you write something like this, now see first thing, working as expected or not? If you write something like this, now see, it is throwing an error or not? But syntactically, the method name is same, the signature is different. So that can I say these are like what? Overloaded methods or not? But is it working as expected? Is it working as expected? No. Why? This is sum. Here also there is no type for the variables, so they are not able to differentiate. That the reason this sum override by this sum. So tell me, this sum is expecting what? Okay, this one variable, this is one variable, two variables only. But here you passed how many? 10, 20, two variables plus self also. Total 3. Here 2, you are passing like what? 3. That the reason. See, Some take 2 positional arguments only, but you are giving like 3, so that it gives me an error or not. So simply you can say what? In Python, overloading concept there or not there? In Python, overloading concept is there or not there? Not
No,
there.
not there.
Not there. Okay. Now let's come to the overriding. What is overriding? Anyone know about the definition? Okay, in the name itself, overriding is nothing but overriding means the previous whatever you have, you can override with your own implementation or not. Yes or no? The existing functionality, if you're not satisfied, you can override it. Okay, most of the times we are going to implement through inheritance only. My parent and my children, I am the children. My parent has something, I'm not satisfied with that. I can whatever I want. Yes, no. So the same thing you can implement overriding. So very simple example I'm going to tell. I have a parent class. Okay, na? My parent has some property. Okay, it's a JavaScript. Okay, console.log of my parent has 100 code property. I am the children. Okay, extends from where? Parent. Extends from parent. Now tell me, through inheritance, whatever my parent has by default available to whom? Through inheritance, whatever my parent has by default available to my children or not? So how much property is there with my children, to my children at this moment?
100.
100 crores or not? Now see, my child property, if you observe, okay, he get like 100 crores property or not? Obj is not defined. Obj new child. Now obj property, that's okay, 100 crores or not? I am the children, I'm not satisfied. So that what I can do that property? I am the children, I'm not satisfied with that. Okay, I can make it like 1000 or I can make it like 0 also or not. Yes or no? Now see, whatever the parent has by default available to the children, as a children, I am not satisfied. I can redefine it or not. My parent defined with 100 crores. I redefined with what? 0 crores. So my final output is like what? 0 crores or not. Now define that. Whatever parent has by default available to the children, as a children, if you're not satisfied, you can override it. You can override a variable, you can override a method, you can override a constructor, whatever it is. This is the method of overriding. Now see another definition if you want. Property, zero arguments. Anyway, in JavaScript, it's not considered the arguments list. Here the definition for what? 100 crores. Here the definition for what? 0 crores. Can I define like this? Method heading is same or not? Here and here. Method heading is same, but the definition is what? Here for the definition is 100 crores. Here the definition for what? 0 crores. Method heading is same, but the definition is different or not? Method heading is same, but the definition is different or not? So this is called as overriding. So in JavaScript, overriding there or not there?
There.
In JavaScript, overriding there or not there? Come on, there, right?
There.
Able to override, right? Yes, there. In JavaScript, overriding is there. What about Java? Overriding there or not there? Let's quickly check it. Now I have a, come on, I have a parent class. You only tell parent class, which contains what? Public void property. How much property is there to my parent? System.out.println 100 crores. Okay, then the next one, my class child, inherited from where?
Extends from name.
Extends from parent, right? Parent. Whatever the parent has by default available to whom? Children or not? Through which concept? Inheritance concept. So if I create an object for my child, can I call my property? Okay, can I call my property? So what is my output here? Whatever the parent has by default available to the children. So as a children, I have 100 crore property at this moment, but I am not satisfied. I want to, okay, I'm not satisfied with my parent property. Just I want to make it like 1000 crores, for example, 1000 crores. Now tell me, whatever the parent has by default available to the children, as a children, if I'm not satisfied, I can override it or not. Here, method heading is same or not? Public void property, 0 arguments. Public void property, 0 arguments. Method heading is same, but the definition is different. It's nothing but overriding. Is nothing but overriding. So in Java, overriding is there or not there? Java overriding is there. Okay. What about Python? Do you think overriding is there or not there? Class parent. Class parent. Which one is there? Definition. Property. How much property is there to my parent? 100 rows. Done. Next. Another one. Class child. Inherited from where? Come on. Parent or not? Okay. Now, can I create an object for this particular one? To my whom? Child. Can I call what? Property. Property. Now, whatever the parent has by default available to the children, so I have 100 rows. No, I'm not satisfied. So, property, just I want to make it like, okay, 10 rows. Now see, whatever the parent has by default available to the children, if you're not satisfied, you are able to override it or not. Yes, no. Existing functionality can override in all programming languages. Okay, na? All are okay. So overloading concept working as expected in JavaScript, in Java, in Python 2, in Python 2. Done? That. The next one is like abstraction. What is abstraction? Very simple. What is abstraction? The abstraction definition is hides the implementation but providing the services. Providing services. Hides the implementation but providing the services. Okay, most of the times interfaces and abstract classes, if you observe, okay, they don't have any implementation. They exposed simply that method names. They hide the implementation in the background, okay, but they are going to provide the service. The best example, frequently used example is this one. For example, if you want to withdraw some amount from your ATM, okay, nearby ATM, I want to withdraw amount. So what you are going to do, first of all, you reach the ATM and you are going to insert the card and it is going to validate it and it's going to ask for action. You clicked on withdraw and you entered the amount is like 1000 and you click on the withdraw button. Whenever withdraw button you clicked, then what happened? Whenever you click on the withdraw button, what kind of functionality it is going to handle? What kind of functionality it is going to handle in general? Whenever you click on the withdraw button, some action is going to perform or not. Actions where we are going to write in our methods. So public void or whatever it is, public void or return some string, whatever it is, transaction. In this one, they are going to write some code now. So first, whenever you click on the withdraw button, this transaction method is going to execute it based on your details, based on your account number. First, it is going to check the balance. Okay, how much balance is there? It is going to check. In the transaction, your action is like withdraw action, and your amount is like 1000. Now it is going to check your balance is greater than your entered amount or not. If yes, then the time it is going to proceed. If no, you can say like insufficient funds or not. Insufficient funds. This kind of action is going to perform or not. Now tell me, as a end user, okay, am I required that code implementation? I'm expecting a service from the ATM. Simply, as a end user, what I'm expecting? I'm expecting a service or not through this GUI, graphical user interface or not. As a end user, I am expecting a service. In the behind what happened, it is not a matter for me. That is not required to. What my bank people is going to do, they are going to hide this implementation through this interface, and they are going to provide the service what my customer is expecting or not. Yes or no? So hide the implementation and providing the services through this interface, it's possible or not. Here, where you written that, okay, this withdraw button is visible, but in the background, this transaction, this particular method is like hidden or not. Yes or no? The withdraw button is visible through interface or not. So interfaces are like just it's going to be visible to you, but the implementation is not having. In the background, you have to do some implementation or not. So hide the implementation, but providing the services. Wherever you see, that is come under abstraction only. Frequently, we are going to use this concept in abstraction. Okay, in your Python, in your Java, in your what I can say JavaScript also. JavaScript interface concept directly not there. Okay, but that kind of implementation we can do it. Understood, everyone? Okay, wherever the method you written some code implementation. Okay, this method is not visible to us. The method implementation is like hidden. The service just we are going to provide or not. So for whatever you written, those are come under abstraction only or not, the methods and everything. What about encapsulation? The next one. Encapsulation. Okay, it's very simple. Okay, hide or binding the variables and bind the variables is nothing but attributes and actions, variables and methods in a single entity. We can say like encapsulation. Single entity, we can say like encapsulation. Okay, so here the single entity is nothing but what? Variables and methods where we are going to keep like a single entity class, right? So wherever you see the class, that one we can say like come under encapsulation only. The main, okay, four concepts only in OOPS: encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and polymorphism. In the encapsulation, class and object come into the picture. Inheritance only. Polymorphism, overloading and overriding. Abstraction, these interfaces and abstract classes, these all are come into the picture. Done? Agreed, everyone? So polymorphism is this one. Overloading, method name is same, but signature is different. The next one is like overriding. Whatever the parent has by default available to the children through inheritance. If the child is not satisfied with the parent class method implementation, then the child has their own implementation or not. Is nothing but overriding. Encapsulation, binding the variables and methods in a single entity, we can say like a class. Okay, hide the implementation but providing the service. Best example is like ATM graphical user interface only or not. Okay, so anyone have any questions so far?
Sir, in polymorphism, one more concept is there, heading. Can you please text?
Which one? Method hiding, right?
Heading. Yes.
Yeah, in Java, the method hiding is there, but remaining, okay, it's not. Okay, in JavaScript, that kind of
Okay.
concept.
In JavaScript,
No. And Python also not that kind of. Okay.
Okay.
Method hiding and overriding is like same kind of one. Any other questions? Okay, here the static methods we are not able to override. Okay, in the method hiding, static variables, static members we can override. Okay, that is the difference, method hiding in Java, but in Python not having that kind of, and JavaScript also. Any other questions, anyone?